I can't believe Mr. McMahon is groping. I can't believe he's groping, kissing.
Well, that was uncomfortable. That was the United States Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, during her wrestling days, pretending to be catatonic while her husband had an affair in front of her. It's not really relevant to what I'm about to say, but I feel like you should know that person's now in charge of educating our nation's children. Okay, here's the video I actually wanted to show you.
We have held all of our funding for HBCUs level. They've not been decreased.
Yeah, let's talk about that because it's not really true. The Trump administration's cuts are definitely impacting historically black colleges in America, and North Carolina has the second most HBCUs in the country. Sure, Trump hasn't gone after HBCUs like he did Harvard, and in April, he did issue a proclamation about HBCUs, stating his support for them, something just about every president does. But, and this is one big but, that order did not promise any more actual money for them. This right here is a classic bait and switch. Not only is Trump not promising any more funding for HBCUs, he's actively cutting them and taking away the financial support that many of their students depend on. When the Trump administration started freezing federal grants shortly after he took office, yes, there were plenty of HBCU students caught up in the loss of funding. And recently, his administration proposed $64 million in cuts to Howard University, the nation's only federally chartered HBCU. And Trump and Republicans in Congress are proposing deep cuts to Pell Grants. That's a huge source of federal funding for low-income students. And according to the United Negro College Fund, approximately 73% of HBCU students rely on Pell Grants. It's safe to say that under Trump's plans, many of the up-and-coming young black students in our nation's HBCUs will not get a chance to go to college. We can't forget the big picture here either. Trump is leading a war on DEI and any kind of diversity initiatives. That's almost certainly offensive to our HBCU leaders, but if they were to speak out, Trump has made it clear he's the type of president to come after your funding when you criticize him. It's hard to quantify how important these schools are to uplifting states like ours. HBCUs have, for generations, produced bright new leaders, oftentimes on very thin budgets compared to other institutions, and while dealing with outright hostility from some politicians. And here in North Carolina, they played a formative role in the civil rights movement, too. Yeah, the Woolworth sit-ins were started by North Carolina A&T students. The point is, Trump is trying to present himself as some kind of white knight for HBCUs, and he's anything but.
We have not canceled any grants.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Okay, well, we're gonna make sure that we follow up on that.
Yeah, we'll follow up if that's not the case.
Yes, by all means, Secretary McMahon, follow up on that, please.